On this week's episode, we have a wee bit of a problem. And I have no idea how to solve it. Hero. The sailing edge. Now I know what you were thinking. Ken, why didn't you just keep the gas stove? Well, the stove was directly connected to the gas bottles outside. No cut-off switch and rather old-looking lines and a very dodgy setup. And to be honest, I didn't trust it not to go boom on my first attempt to light it. So I decided that an electric hob is the right solution. Simple, I thought. Flat, modern, and foolproof. Turns out not foolproof when the fool is me. So here's the challenge. Boats move. Electric hobs do not gimbal. And unless I want soup in my lap every time the boat rocks, I somehow need to design a swingy, balanced, heat-resistant, boat-safe contraption with no tools. Yeah, easy? So, with the confidence of a man who has absolutely no plan, I headed into Weymouth to find something, anything. A bracket, a hinge, a miracle. I wandered around Weymouth. It was very pretty, even in the chilly weather. But this wasn't getting me anywhere until I saw a cutting board. Could this work? Probably not, but I'm buying it anyway. So after running into Santa and a world record attempt for the number of Christmas elves, I headed back to Portland Marina. Okay, time to build this masterpiece of marine engineering. Okay, not the result I was looking for. But with a bit of work and maybe this time some measuring and reusing the stove stainless, I can fashion this chopping board into a decent gimbaled stove thingy. But until I have a more extensive toolkit than a few screwdrivers and a ratchet, then I was going to have to live with this makeshift arrangement.
Sometimes you need someone to help you when you're down. Sometimes it's hard.
All right, I think I've made something that resembles progress. Not good progress, but progress. Look, Rome wasn't built in a day. And my new stove setup is apparently aiming for the same timeline. The idea is to use some of the stainless pieces from the stove and fashion heat protection for the hob with easy cleanup. Perhaps use the old stove tray as an undershelf for items. I could even reuse the oven door handle. I'll definitely need to seal the chopping board with epoxy and add bracing for the gimbal hinges. Underneath will live my power station, and I'll have to ensure that is fixed in with plugs and solar access. There is enough room for the hob to gimbal and be usable off-grid, so it's just a matter of having a design to build so it works. Not much to ask. Look, I'm learning as I go. And even though I'm a mug sailor with no tools and questionable decision making, I do honestly love this journey. So if you know how to build a proper gimbal for an electric hob, please drop advice in the comments. I genuinely need help. So until I have the tools and the correct plan, we'll see if this thing actually works or if I burn the boat down. So why not come along for the ride, subscribe and help this mug out. See you next time. Mug sail out.